Hi there, my name is Dr. William Whitney. I'm here joined by Dr. Jennifer Payne and Dr. Curtis Lehmann. And Dr. Curtis Lehmann is going to start off by telling us a little bit about the biopsychosocial-spiritual model and why that's important for SBIRT.
Thank you. Yes, many come from religious communities that isolate substance use to spiritual causes, sometimes arguing that the reason why people use substances is because they have willfully chosen to use it. Now, that contrasts with the scientific perspective. The scientific perspective argues that the use of substances is due to biological factors like genetics and brain circuitry, psychological factors like classical conditioning and reinforcement, and social factors like poverty and peer pressure. And while some may argue that those perspectives are diametrically opposed, incompatible, we think that it is actually possible to bring those perspectives together in a way that mutually informs the other. By viewing substance use as a health problem that emerges from and has effects on our spirituality, we can have a richer view of substance use. But we call this the biopsychosocial-spiritual model. Each level of functioning, including the biological level, psychological level, social level, and spiritual level, occurs also at the other levels. But sometimes one level has a vantage point that the others might have a blind spot with. So, for instance, the effects of poverty cannot always be broken down to the biological. Poverty has effects on our body, but it can't just be reduced to that. In the same way, spirituality, we know that it actually occurs in the brain. We know that from imaging, but we also know that if you reduce it to what happens in the brain, you lose out on a lot of information about what spirituality actually is. And so this biopsychosocial spiritual perspective is particularly helpful for those struggling with substance use. When we try to persuade them to see alcohol and drug use only from a scientific perspective, sometimes they become resistant. They really want to uphold that they have some control. And the scientific view threatens that. But if we instead acknowledge their religious and spiritual views and in that also educate them on other factors that may be playing a role, we can actually help them take a more holistic perspective, and we can actually be more effective at helping them change their substance use.
Thanks, Dr. Lehmann, for giving us some more information on how we can see people in a more holistic way through the biopsychosocial spiritual model.